This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
It's Friday, March the 6th, 2015, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Good morning. We begin with news that law enforcement and other authorities are being wrapped for taking the wrong approach to tackling youth crime, warning that on the current path, the situation will not improve. Hamilton Lashley, the head of a development foundation and former Minister of Social Transformation, lamented that the current approach has absolutely no impact or effect on the lives of youth involved in crime, and he called for a novel way of doing things that would include calling community leaders on the block to the table for discussion.
We are going down the wrong road. Our young people are becoming, particularly in the communities, there are not enough resources being put behind them. You know, what people tell you, the devil is playing work for idle hands to do. We could avert all of this if we get into national discourse with the communities, if we empower the community leaders, if we, not necessarily constituency councils, because there's a difference between selected constituency council reps and the true community reps that are out there on the blocks and in the communities. There's a distinct difference. Those are the group that the so-called social workers and so on are afraid to engage. But these are the same people that are willing to be engaged in a positive program that will empower them and their communities.
Head of one of the largest church groups in Barbados is calling for a national discussion on the controversial issue of euthanasia. Bishop of the Pentecostal Assemblies of the West Indies, the Reverend Jerry Seal, said while he was extremely uncomfortable about euthanasia, it was a matter he believed ought to be addressed without emotionalism. He was responding to a suggestion by Chief Executive Officer of the QEH, Dr. Dexter James, that Barbados needs to discuss pulling the plug on terminally ill patients under specific circumstances. Dr. James last week delivered a lecture at the Central Bank's Grand Salle in which he argued that policymakers needed to address the issue of whether a patient on life support who would not benefit from further treatment should continue getting medical care while disadvantaging another person whose life could significantly be improved by similar intervention. Dr. James had made the suggestion as one way of reducing the increasing costs of treatment at the QEH. Bishop Seal also agreed that such an issue ought to be discussed.
If there's time for the society to have a discussion, then let us have a discussion without the emotion, again, without the stereotypes, and let us come to a reasonable agreement together as a society. As a Christian, we value life very highly. We are against abortion. We are not comfortable within Christendom. There's some great discomfort with the capital punishment. We argue about it within the church. There are all sides represented within the church. But we have a very high value on human life. If it's time for us to have this discussion, then let's have the discussion without the emotion, that we can arrive together at where we would like to go as a society.
Pamela Holford's plea to Barbadians to help her find her missing son, Sidneato Holford, has been answered. People touched by the appeal she made in an interview with Barbados Today have organized a Sunday morning search for the 31-year-old 3rd Avenue Licorice Village, Mylords Hill, St.Michael resident who left home on January 14th to go to the nearby Bell Gully area, but never returned home. A flyer has been circulating on social media giving details of the search. The missing man's mother said she was grateful for the support. She said she had received assurance from the Royal Barbados Police Force that officers would assist in the search. People interested in being part of the search party are asked to assemble outside the National Sports Council on Mylaws Hill at 8 a.m. Anyone with information about the missing man has been asked to contact his mother or the police. Residents of Rockley New Road, Christchurch, will meet today with officials from the Barbados Water Authority and operators of a new pipeline project in their neighborhood to voice their concerns that their movement in and out of their community will be restricted. In a letter to the residents, the Infra Inc., the company that has been subcontracted by IFL Pipeline Inc. to build a water transmission main, proposed that preparatory work would run from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. for about 10 weeks. The company said vehicular traffic will be restricted during excavation of the trenches, which could be as deep as 1.5 meters and as long as 50 meters. It also noted that testing would be done in 100-meter sections. Residents vented their frustration about the situation to their parliamentary representative, Dr. Maria Eargard, on Wednesday. In that meeting with the Christchurch West MP, they said they needed to get clear information about the project. Workers in Barbados need trade union activists, not trade union bureaucrats, who are interested only in holding office. That is the contention of David Denny, who plans to throw his hat in the ring at the National Union of Public Workers elections on April 1st for the position of second vice president. Denny said his main agenda is increased salaries and appointment of public workers.
I will be putting forward a resolution for the 71st annual conference of the NUPW, and that resolution will call on the union so that the union can call on the government of Barbados to appoint all of the civil servants who have been working within the civil service for more than 10 years by the 30th of September. And the resolution goes on to also call on the union and to ask the union that if those workers are not appointed by the 30th of September, then we are saying that the union have a duty to represent its members, and to represent its members, we are asking the union to take a position after the 30th of September, and that would be to take legal action and industrial action to force the government of Barbados to give full recognition to our #1 agenda, which is appointment for civil servants who have been in the service for more than 10 years.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Welcome back with news from the region that it could cost St. Lucia upwards of $30 million to develop its geothermal energy potential. Right now, the country appears to be making progress in the long-standing pursuit of geothermal exploration in diversifying its energy portfolio. The island is taking steps to wean itself off fossil fuels and is looking to augment power supply and improve energy security amid a volatile crude oil market. Following a pivotal conference this week, policymakers and technocrats say the preparatory phase of the Geothermal Resource Development Program is a success. And finally, on the international scene, ISIS has again destroyed cultural treasures, this time bulldozing the ancient Assyrian city of Nimrud in northern Iraq. The extent of the destruction wasn't immediately revealed, according to Iraqi state broadcaster Iraqiya TV, which cited the Ministry of Antiquities and Tourism. Nimrud was a city in the Assyrian kingdom which flourished between 900 BC and 612 BC. And that's our Barbados Today morning news update. But you can join us again this afternoon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 Online TV and Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.